guys.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Hello.
Hi, David. Hi, Garrett.
As yourself? I guess there'll be a bit of a lag.
I think there's a bit of a
Bit of
delay,
delay.
but that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, we can just
All
start.
right. I guess we'll quickly get into it. But how have you been? Good?
I've been good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong at the moment? Oh, I know you're in Hong Kong, but how's Hong Kong?
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard, but we kind of had a fifth wave.
Oh.
Okay. That's a pretty one.
So is it a lockdown at the moment, or it's just the beginning of a new wave?
Yeah, we've never really had a full lockdown.
Oh.
I don't think that would really work in Hong Kong, but
Yeah.
it's kind of they're kind of reconsidering more restrictions.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But everyone's getting vaccination.
That's good. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, as long as everyone's keeping safe and everything, that's good. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get started. I mean, quite quickly, and then yeah. So welcome everybody. Thank you for watching this video. So I really want to give a warm welcome to Isa today, as she's one of our guest speakers from Hong Kong. So she's 3 hours behind us. So currently, what, 5 o'clock, 5 p.m.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. So I guess everyone's finishing work or still at work at this point in time in Hong Kong. But thank you for your time.
Yeah, everyone's got work.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people working from home.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They can do whatever they want then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do want to introduce Isa. She's been a very good friend of mine. To be honest, we met through this business, and and we've been building our business together since we've met, and like we've met in multiple places, like in the US, as the global convention, in Hong Kong, and in Australia. So we've had some fun, and we've worked together and kind of collaborated. It's quite fun, And that's a good thing about this business is that we can actually do some teamwork together, meeting different partners and working together. So that's good fun. And, and I would like to say, you're originally from Australia, and you went over to Hong Kong to work on your career, which was as a corporate lawyer, right? And since then, Awesome. Yeah, and then you got introduced to Nu Skin, and you've been building this business for quite some time now. And the thing that I love about you is, you're very professional, and you're very passionate about this business. You're going out there, you're helping people, and helping them become healthier, younger,
Fitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your social media. A lot of
Thank
fitness.
you, yeah.
It's awesome.
Awesome, and it's like very.
I started getting into fitness after Nu Skin.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And you've built a very amazing physique for yourself. And I would say like through TR90 and all that. And the great thing is you're helping a lot of people do the same thing, transform themselves with this amazing opportunity. And I think that's something I wanted to share. And I don't want to take the limelight out of you. And I would like for you to share this to people so they can see what's happening. But I guess. Everything's good, and so I'll probably ask you a couple of questions, and we both will ask some questions about yourself, and I'll just get started. Like, prior to Nu Skin, like, what is your background? Like, what did you do before Nu Skin?
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So hi everyone from Australia. I expect most of you will be joining from Australia. So like Garrett said, I grew up in Australia. I'm originally from Hong Kong. Grew up in Australia, and then I came back to Hong Kong to work as a corporate lawyer. Is the echo still a problem?
No, it's fine.
No,
It's
echo
good.
at all.
Okay, cool. So I came back to Hong Kong to work as a corporate lawyer, and lawyers are very well paid in Hong Kong, and that was how I started my career in law. But I did that for about 3 years, and I guess it was kind of, by that time, I kind of knew I didn't want to be doing that for another 30 years because my working hours were like 9 to 12 midnight, like every day. And then I went to work on weekends, and it was really scary how on a Sunday when I went to work, everybody was there. And then, I guess when you're young and you're a graduate, it kind of comes with a package because you're paid and they buy out all your time. And I was okay with that because I was young. But after 3 years in the industry, it was kind of enough for me to see that would never change. It's not like once you progress up into partnership that would change, but actually the stress grew because I saw what my boss was going through. And he was where I was going to be in another 10, 15 years. And that really wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted. Of course, you make very good money, but to me, life was always more than just about that. So after working 3 years in a job, my first and only ever job, I quit to start my own business in wedding photography. So that was a very big change because I wanted to do something creative. I wanted my own business. I wanted to work my own hours. So I just picked something that was, I thought, easier to get started in, didn't require a lot of investment. So about 8 years ago, or 9 years ago now, I started my own wedding business, which I still do now, part-time, together with Nu Skin. So a lot of people ask me, oh, being a wedding photographer, that's really cool. It's like a dream job. You get paid to do what you love. And that was really true. And I still love that. To do that every day. After 2 years building that business, I really loved what I was doing. But at the same time, I was looking for security because I used to get a paycheck, right? Every month that would come, every month. And running your own business, I don't know if some of you are also doing that. Your own small business is really different. Even though right now you might be earning a lot of money, you're always worried whether you'll still be in demand a year later, 3 years later. There's no guarantee. So I was working pretty much even longer hours than I used to because you don't get off work when you're in business. So that was kind of the time when I really thought about my life going forward and what kind of lifestyle I wanted. And at the time, I was just thinking, was there another option that could supplement what I was doing? Because I didn't want to give up photography entirely because that was my passion. Right? So I was kind of thinking, oh, can I work part-time to get kind of like a stable paycheck to complement my photography? Could I do investments? Could I, looking at different options? And I guess the timing was right because my friend from uni, who was also a lawyer, Matthew, introduced the Nu Skin business. And I was just very open-minded, and I thought there's no harm to just learn about something new when I was looking for opportunities anyway. So I heard about how the business works, try some of the products of the company, and then I had decided to just get started because there was nothing to lose. Like I've always been a very simple, straightforward person. So that was how I started Nu Skin.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah. So coming from that background, long hours, paycheck to paycheck, I guess for someone that just wants more control of their own life and doing the things that they're passionate about, I think maybe Nu Skin was quite a no-brainer for you. So I guess the next question, and maybe you may have already answered it a little, but what was it about the Nu Skin business or the business model itself that intrigued you and actually got you participating and part of it all for the last few years?
Yeah, that's a really good question because I think I'm one of the few people who actually see it and jump right into it. A lot of people always think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
oh,
that's true.
can I do it? Does it work?
Right.
I jumped right into it because I really saw that there was nothing to lose. It's not like a traditional business where you have to invest a huge amount of money, maybe like, thousands of dollars or like tens of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars in Hong Kong because rent is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like just switching your brand. I mean, you might take vitamins, you might use skincare anyway. It's kind of like just switching a brand, and that was the only cost in the business to have a chance at building something for yourself. So I saw there was no downside, so I just jumped right into it. But I think what I really saw was really the long-term security of the business. That was what it could give me because I was considering other things as well, investments and part-time work and stuff like that, other businesses, but I didn't quite see anything that would give me the long-term passive income that Nu Skin would give me because it's a business model that's so different to anything else. I couldn't see anything where you could spend maybe 3 to 5 years to build something and then you get paid for the rest of your life. And I think nobody doesn't want that, right? Everybody wants that.
Right.
And no risk. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everyone's wanting, everyone, like for me, like, you know, we all work, right? And, you know, we get, when we work for someone, we only trade units of time for units of money. And, you know, at the end of the day, every week or every fortnight or every month, you get paid that check. And, you know, you think about, oh, is that all you've earned? And, you know, you do want to earn more and change a bit of a lifestyle. Like for me, it's exactly the same. I want to change my lifestyle. So I think, yeah, the opportunity just gave us a way of different thinking and creating something that's more, you can say like extra income, or you can say some people might want, what's that word? Extra,
more freedom in their life,
freedom in
more
their
time,
life, yeah, more time, and financially, you know, be a bit better than just getting that check. So if that's why would you say, what would you consider now? Like if it was why now, why do we have to do the business now? You know, what do you think is going to help us thrive or build a bigger business without having all those overhead costs and all that in Nu Skin?
Yeah. I think another good thing about Nu Skin is that there is always so much support, right? It's not like when you run your own business, the whole team will teach you, your business mentor will train you, they will support you before you switch to full time. So I really appreciated that, because I was so busy with my photography already. It would have been really hard to handle a second business if it wasn't Nu Skin. So I think that, I mean, people ask me, you know, when is a good time to start, or, you know, they're always thinking, and I always say now, because, you know, what kind of business can you go into where everything is taught to you, like even step by step, right? All you have to do is follow the steps. And I think that there's never been a better time because of the technology that we have now. In terms of the company, we have technology called ageLog, which is a genetic research that we've been involved in for the past 12 years. An amazing products lined up every year using the ageLog technology. And you can ask your sponsor more about what that is. And then coming up, it's really exciting because we have a second wave of a very huge technology, which is called GrowViv, which is basically a controlled environment agriculture. So our own ingredients, which might be very hard or expensive to source, we can grow ourselves with completely zero pollution. We can control all the conditions and grow the best and most nutritious ingredients and use them for our products. And that's really groundbreaking stuff. So many companies are investing in food technology, farming technology, stuff like that. And we're really at the forefront of that. So if that's the technology of the company, and for us, it's also, you know, social media and online technology that we have now makes it so much easier to develop a network marketing business, because it used to be very much like a kind of door knocking, or you had to meet people for coffee physically. But now, I mean, look at us. We're in different places. Yeah. I have business partners in different places in the world, and it's completely seamless. We have training systems where you can pretty much just plug and play. There's no sort of geographical boundaries or time boundaries. And, you know, with all this technology, it means you can develop your global business much more quickly. So I think that, you know, there's never been a better time. And I think there are so many trends as well, like, you know, millennials. I'm kind of a bit right on the edge of that generation. But I think if you ask young people now, nobody wants to stick to a job. That's right. And, you know, working in the same job from 20 to 60, to them, that's ridiculous. Like, I mean, why would anyone do that? Everyone I know has a side gig, right? Nobody wants to stick to one job anymore. And I think the economy, actually, a lot of businesses have suffered because of COVID in the past year. I mean, obviously, that's very unfortunate. But if you look at our business, the growth has been really crazy in 2020. So in Americas and the Pacific, so including Australia, our revenue grew by 84%. And our sales leaders grew by 90%.
Wow.
So almost double.
Awesome.
So that is really crazy. During COVID, when, you know, so many businesses face so many challenges, because we're able to operate anywhere, anytime online, you know, we weren't restricted in any way, and we actually almost doubled our growth.
Yeah, totally agree with that. We've been seeing it happen, you know, before COVID hit, you know, the company and the distributors had already kind of put in place a lot of resources to support people online, social media, tools just for people to connect with their clients, their customers, their teams, locally, worldwide, or via like what we're doing now, right, on their mobile phones. And then COVID hit, and everyone's stuck at home, or everyone's restricted, and all of a sudden, where a lot of companies we're seeing are going backwards or just falling off the grid, we're seeing our company really just go through massive momentum and growth. So I totally get what you're talking about there. So I want to ask you a question, maybe a little bit more personal. How does life look like now? What does life look like for you now, after working in the Nu Skin business for a number of years? Yeah, tell us. How's life?
Yeah. Yeah. I think one of the best things I've gotten out of the business actually is definitely the mobility, because my parents still live in Sydney. I can't, obviously now with COVID, I can't travel back as much now. But pre-COVID, I was actually visiting them 3-4 times a year, and I could stay maybe a month, 2 weeks to a month every time. So that's kind of like 3 or 4 months away from Hong Kong every year. And if I was still attached to a job, that would completely be impossible, right? I'm the only child, so I really value that time with my parents. And also, I think that a lot of you or the audience might feel the same. I think our generation is quite mobile. Like, we have so many opportunities across the world. I think a lot of us might not want to be fixed to one place for long periods, or I might not stay in Hong Kong. I might go back to Australia one day. If I have kids, I might want them to be educated overseas, right? So I think that the business, once you've built that up, and you have that income with you every month, you can take it anywhere with you. And that's the thing that I really wanted, because with my professional qualifications, I could never transfer that. I can't even go to China or Macau next door, because I wouldn't be able to practice. With my traditional business in photography, I would have had to build everything from scratch, because my contacts, my referrals, my clients would be in Hong Kong, and I would literally be starting all over. And I think when I'm 40 something or 50 something, I moved to a new place, I wouldn't necessarily have that advantage anymore, right? I'll be old by then, and I wouldn't want to have to start again with family and back and stuff like that. So the business has really given me that kind of mobility and peace of mind that I can take with me.
Awesome.
Like that, I think the great thing about this business was giving us the ability to have our own control in our lives, because at the end of the day, like, if you're working for someone, like if you wanted to take leave or anything, like you said you took what, 2 weeks to a month off, and then fly down to Sydney 4 times a year. That's basically, I don't think a job or any boss will allow you to take those time off, because that's nearly what, imagine a month for the whole year, like 4 times. That's 4 months out of the year. I don't think the boss will be happy, So you're able to create this business to have that freedom and the ability to do whatever you want. So that's the right thing, and it's global, right? So that's awesome. So that's what I liked about this business also. And but another question I would ask you is, like, what advice would you give to anyone that's gonna get started or wanting to know more about this?
Yeah. I would say that just be like me. Just get started. because I think there's nothing to lose, right? It's so simple. Everything is taught to you. There's no risk.
Yeah.
Because I have run a business before, to me, it was really a no-brainer, because any type of business that you can think of, you need capital to get started, right? Even getting someone to write you a decent website or an app costs quite a lot of money. And here we're talking about a fraction of the cost, just really literally changing your brand. So there's no risk, right? And you don't have to quit your job to do this. You do this on the side, like an hour a day or something, something that anybody can come up with. That time, and squeeze it in between your time with support. So to me, it was never a question of why. It was more like, why not, right? It's such a good opportunity. So I think definitely don't overthink or overanalyze because thinking is not going to get you anywhere, right? I have friends who are still thinking 3 years later and nothing in their life has changed, right? But if you actually used that thinking time to do something about it, things would be very different 3 years down the track. And I mean, till now, I still think that it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And, you know, you really won't regret it.
Right. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I could say that I wasn't too similar to you. I took a bit of time to have to, do my research and get off my butt. But when I looked in the mirror and really figured out what I wanted in my life, I think that's when I realized that, there really was nothing else that I could jump into that would be so low risk, but could provide so much for my future. So everyone's different. Some people are like, yep, I'm at the right time, I'm at the right moment for this, and others need some more questions answered or need a bit more time to do research. But yeah, totally agree. It's a no-brainer once you figure out what you want for your life and you can see, all the details in the opportunity. Okay. Well, thanks for jumping on the call and answering some of those questions.
Thank you.
Just quickly, I'll just share with everyone what we are talking about before we go. So thanks for being on the call, everyone. What we're talking about tonight is a company called Nu Skin Enterprises, a public listed company from the US who are leaders in anti-aging. So anything to do with looking young, feeling young. And I'm sure if you guys have been watching any of our previous videos over the last few weeks, you've seen that, we deal with skincare, quite unique ingredients to deal with anti-aging from the inside and outside. And tonight's call is more about, another product that our company has, and that is an opportunity to help you change your life. Whether you want more time, you want more freedom, you want more mobility like Isa, this opportunity may be for you. So we're a 35-year-old company. We've been around for quite a while. We're not a brand new company, just starting off ground level. These days, especially now, if you're starting out, there's very high risk of falling off the grid. And we are doing quite well. We're doing over 2 billion in annual revenue, and we're located in more than 50 countries around the world. So, what that means is that you have an opportunity to not just build a business in where you are, whether it's Hong Kong or, someplace in Europe or in Australia. If you have any contacts or if you're connected with people online who are in any other part of the world, you can grow your business internationally and get paid for multiple markets. And we're a company that's all about being a force for good. So the company's mission is to basically, their main goal is to become a #1 company in our industry, and that is by helping as many people as possible become free and achieve their dreams. So we keep saying it's a no-brainer, and it really is, because especially now, during these days, during COVID days, it's getting tough. Here locally in Australia, we know that some of the government grants or support is going to be taken away soon. And by the end of the month, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be going through tougher times, going to be, looking for alternate opportunities or alternate sources of income, because, now that's cut off and they need options. So we're part of these booming trends, which is anti-aging. We're part of we've got social media tools that allow people to connect and grow their business online. And we've got incredible products and innovations in the industry, in the anti-aging market. So that's who we are, Nu Skin Enterprises, doing big things around the world in anti-aging and also providing opportunity for people. If you have any questions whatsoever, talk to the person that introduced you to the call tonight. Anything else you want to add, Garrett?
No, I think you covered everything on the topic, and I think it's just whether you wanted to make a change for your life, and if that's something that you really want to do, I think definitely ask some questions and understand a little bit more. And yeah, definitely we're more than happy to help and assist and kind of just share with you what we have been doing for the last few years in this business and how it has helped us change our lives.
Yeah. Thank you, Isa, for being on the call.
Thank you. Thanks, Stephen and Gareth, for inviting
Yep.
me. Pleasure.
Yeah, awesome seeing you. Hope we get to catch up sometime soon. You know, when all this.
Yes, I hope I can go back to Sydney by the end of the year.
Hopefully,
We're
yeah.
hoping.
Hopefully
Yeah,
we
we'll
can
see what
talk.
happens. But if not, then at least we've got Facebook, right?
We have Zoom. Yeah.
And Zoom. Yeah.
And Zoom. Oh, yeah, Zoom, yeah.
Yeah. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Take care. Say hi to everyone over there for us.
We'll do.
Thank you so much, Isa. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.